without any further distractions, I'm gonna do the YAE MIKO story quest. There we go! Divina Volpe's Chapter Act 1, The Great Nauticami Offering. Okay. Mysterious Urban Legend. Now we finally get to go through YAE MIKO'S story. Vibing.
We haven't been to the YAE publishing house in a while. Paimon wonders if they have any new books in.
Come on, this is a no-brainer, man. There's only one thing worth wishing for, and that is a ton of Mora.
Okay.
But the exam's next week. If I fail again, I'm seriously done for. I'm better off wishing that my exam goes smoothly.
So much for the no-brainer. It's better to just have money, or it's better to be smart.
Ah, it's just an exam. Trust me, there's no problem you can't solve by throwing Mora at it. If it doesn't work, then just keep throwing till it does.
Yeah, well, what happens if throwing money at it doesn't work at all? So...
What are they arguing about? It's quite a spirited debate.
There's nothing... money! Smarts! Money! Intelligence!
Huh?
That's not spirited.
Really? You guys don't know?
About what?
You need but stand on this land at midnight, lower your head and recite a special incantation, then your wish will come true.
So is that why that guy wants to study? Or do you just want money? You just want money, don't you? Is it from a novel?
Looks like you guys really aren't in the loop. This, my friends, is the next big thing. A highly effective wish ritual guaranteed to make your wishes come true.
How do you know? Based on what?
A wish ritual? That actually works?
No.
Right? Even Paimon knows that's just not how the world works.
Then how do you explain the blue stuff and purple stuff?
I didn't believe it at first either, but that changed when it worked for someone I know. It's this guy called Kunihiko. He's practically always been unemployed, wastes his days away, and he owes a lot of money. Like a lot, but get this. I don't see him for a few days, and suddenly I find him dressed to the nines and feasting at a high-class restaurant.
How the hell did he get from rags to riches?
I heard it directly from him. He used this wishing ritual, and the next day he woke up to find his whole bed filled high with Mora.
What? What if the Mora was already there? Like it's like a money in the mattress sort of cliche here.
His whole bed was filled with...
Of course, I'm sure the part about waking up lying on a bed of Mora is a bit of an exaggeration. Whether you believe it or not, it's not exactly a difficult ritual. It can't hurt to give it a try, right?
Are you willing to give up the exam just for a wish?
If you're still feeling skeptical, just ask around. There are a lot of very compelling stories going around.
Really? Well, come on! Let's go ask around right now, shall
Why?
we? Well, if it really is true, then just think of all the Mora Paimon could... Oh, and you'd finally be reunited with your twin, too! Let's go!
You still want money. Paimon wants money. Paimon wants money. We've got to have money. Swear to God, I'm gonna break this game one of these days.
It seems like there really are a lot of people talking about this kind of stuff. Hey, see those two?
Grasp the thought in mind. Clear like the light of the moon. As close as kin with you. No, thou. Wait, thee?
What?
Hear my...
No, it's not hear my summons, it's heed my summons. Heed! You're never going to get it down at this rate.
Are they trying to work on another novel or something?
Hey, what are you guys up to?
They're also in... Maybe, probably... I can't even think. I'm looking at food right here because I just got some leftovers from them all.
Whoa! You scared me. Okay.
How the hell can you be scared of Paimon?
Where did I leave off with the incantation?
Incantation? Are you guys trying out this new wishing ritual?
Junkichi is trying it out, to be specific. He's hit a bit of a creativity block recently, so... I'm helping him make a wish so that he can move past it.
And what if it doesn't work?
I obviously don't. But Junkichi never listens to an outside opinion, so all I can do is go along with it.
Yeah, well, why?
Mr. Shigeru, can you please be a little more accommodating? This is extremely important to me.
Mm-hmm.
People have had all kinds of wishes come true. Become more attractive, get rich quick, ace their studies. I'm just a poor, struggling writer looking to get over a creative hurdle. Is that so much to ask?
Yeah, but how can this solve your problem? Like, just because it worked for other people does not mean it's working for yourself. And where the hell is this wishing thing coming from?
Anyway, I just know this is going to work. I have a gut feeling about it.
Yeah, it sounds like you really want to win the lottery a lot.
Didn't you say the same thing when you went to make your wish at the Grand Narukami Shrine? Oh, I just know this is gonna work. I have a gut feeling about it.
Mm-hmm.
The Omamori from the shrine take too long to have any effect on your luck. Alright, enough of that. Help me get this incantation down. My new book depends on it.
Yeah, because I'm so flat broke. What good is a creative artist if you don't have creativity?
Look, to be completely honest, I think you need to sit down and have a good think about what kind of story you want to write. Where's all that self-confidence you had when you first started out?
And even with Zuma, there's a chance to be struck by lightning and to win the lottery. I would know! I was struck by lightning many times!
Look at you now, trying dubious methods from any old light novel.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. What? This wishing ritual comes from a light novel?
Wait, what?
Yep, it's from the one called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits.
Is it published by the YAE Publishing House?
No, it's most likely a self-published title. It just appeared out of nowhere and took Inazuma by storm.
Wow, speaking of, lightning has been struck more than actually winning the lottery.
As a fellow writer, I'll refrain from passing comment on how well the story is written, but everyone is saying the wishing incantations it contains are the real deal.
And how do you know?
Look, Junkichi, yes, everyone's saying it's real, it works, but that's only half the story. I've also heard lots of people saying that everyone who's had their wish granted using this method starts behaving strangely.
So there's a hidden cost, then.
What's so surprising about that? They're probably just giddy with joy at having their wish come.
This is starting to sound a little suspicious.
It was suspicious by the first time I heard it, so I don't know why you're finally catching on.
Why don't we go to the Grand Narukami Shrine and ask YAE Miko about it? She's the expert when it comes to both light novels and the supernatural.
Why? Because she herself is a supernatural, and she knows about the Red Token's light novel habit? And what do you have to say about this, YAE Miko? I'm poor, I'm stupid.
Great, you're here.
Yes, she is. It would be interesting to see if she was not.
Well, hello there, young ones. What brings you to the shrine? It just so happens that I have a wonderful novel here. I highly recommend it.
Is it related to the wishing thing we're talking about?
Oh? Well, what did you want to ask?
Well, we were just, actually...
No, not at all. It's nothing major.
If she was busy, she would say so.
Lady Guji, what do you mean, nothing major? I'm begging you, you've got to help me save my brother.
What happened?
It really is nothing major. I stand by that. Oh, but since you're so curious, let's have him relate the story one more.
You two seem to have a good relationship with Guji-ai. Please, put in a good word for me. You have to convince her to help my brother.
Wait, who's Guji again? God, did I hear that name before? I don't know. I forget too many dang names.
Here's what happened. My name is Kato Yohei, and my brother is Kato Shingo. All he's ever wanted is to become a swordmaster, so he once asked Sensei Domon of the Meikyo Shisui art to take him on as a disciple.
YAE Miko is Guji-ai. Okay.
Domon turned him away, took one look at him and said he didn't have what it takes to train in the art of the sword. But my brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day as hard as he could, and finally proved himself by defeating one of Domon's best disciples in a duel recently. But since his victory, he's been acting extremely strange. It's like he's become a completely different person. The doctors can't find anything wrong with him, so I'm betting it must be the work of an evil spirit. That's why I'm here, begging for Guji-ai's help.
It really sounds like whatever it is, it's a Faustian bargain. where someone got money, riches, and power, and somehow there was a hidden cost to it.
You know, there really aren't as many evil spirits lurking around as you seem to think. Your brother achieved the goal he'd been striving toward for as long as he can remember, and now it's gone. It's only natural that he feels a little empty and lost while he's trying to find a new direction.
So in other words, his brother is like the Joker. He's like a mad dog who's always chasing the ball. He doesn't know what to do once he catches the ball, because it's always about going towards the ball. What do I do once I get the ball?
If it were me, I'd just leave him be for a couple of days. He'll recover on his own soon enough.
Okay.
No, Lady Guji. If you saw him for yourself, you'd know. I guarantee you, he's not acting like someone who feels empty and lost.
Oh, all right. Then tell me, when did your brother spar with Domon's disciple?
About 5 days ago.
5 days ago, you say?
So, what?
Yes, Lady Guji. That's a long time for him to be acting up. Our greatest wish is to one day found our own school, just like Domon. We can't jeopardize that dream now.
Why not?
Wait a minute, now I'm a little confused. Are you here to save your brother, or are you here to make your dreams of founding a martial arts school come true?
Well, they're kinda two sides of the same coin.
Whatever. Let me ask you this. Have you heard of any interesting new rumors lately? If so, I'd love to hear about them.
So she knows?
What? Rumors? I haven't heard anything.
Oh dear. Well, that's too bad.
Lady Guji, please stop changing the subject. This is someone's life we're talking about here. Please, you've gotta help.
Miko, he seems really desperate. This thing with his brother sounds really bad. Come on, you should help him.
Fine.
Okay, fine. Then it's decided.
Okay.
Yay, Miko!
Kato, whatever your name was, these two guests are trusted acquaintances of mine, and in fact, they are experts in resolving all manner of strange...
Yeah!
Really?
Is that hesitation that I detect in your voice? So let me get this straight. You come begging to me for help, I actually recommend someone for the job, then suddenly you start doubting me?
She has a point.
Not at all, never. Whatever Lady Guji says, I trust wholeheartedly. Thank you two for your willingness to help.
Why would you
Please
doubt
follow me?
Why would you doubt us?
Hold on a hot second, Miko. We may be a lot of things, but we ain't exorcists.
We have no clue about this.
Don't worry. If he wants an exorcism, just grab a handful of salt and mutter some mumbo-jumbo while you're sprinkling it around.
Really? That's how it is? Okay.
It's a common trope in light novels, right? You just have to have a bit of bravado. As soon as the protagonist gains self-confidence, everything else just magically falls into place.
Right. Just act like the novel. Just pretend you're the hero in the story.
Well, you were the ones who seemed concerned about his situation. Besides, we both know you wouldn't be here at the Grand Narukami Shrine unless you had a request for me too.
This feels all wrong. But you technically have a point. So...
Yeah. There's no way you can make it right, especially when the point is valid.
All right, let's go. Don't worry now, I'll be coming along too.
Okay, let's follow Yohei and go.
Good, because I'm gonna add you to my A team.
What's going on here?
Right now.
A few moments later.
How strange. My brother's been meditating here pretty much constantly over the past few days, but now he's gone.
We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship! Okay.
Meditating?
Yeah, it's something that he suddenly started doing after defeating Domon's disciple. He just sits there alone, talking to himself. It's pretty disturbing, actually.
And remind me again why this is messed up?
But that's not important right now. Where the heck could he have gone in his current state?
Okay.
This does pose a bit of a problem. If we can't find your brother, well, we can't perform an exorcism with nothing to exorcise, can we? Kato, whatever your name was, given the circumstances, why don't you start by going to find your brother and...
Okay. Okay, got it. I'm on it.
Mm-hmm.
Miko, what about us? Shouldn't we help look for his brother too?
Is he really missing his brother?
No need. While What's-His-Face is handling that, we'll take a walk around and...
I think that's where it's at.
Hello, sir. We'd like to ask you about the...
Oh, are you debt collectors? Yohei said to tell you not to worry. He'll be able to pay you back as soon as he has enrolled a few disciples.
We're not loan sharks, but I am also curious, how much does he owe?
Huh? Debt collectors? No, we're not here for anything like that.
No, we're just wondering why the hell he ran off.
But, it sounds like Yohei and Shingo have gotten themselves into a bit of a pickle.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Well, yes. I don't think there's any disputing that. Those two don't have an ounce of dedication between them. They just hop between ideas and won't stick to anything.
It's never about the evil spirit thing, it's just more like, I can't deal with one thing at a time, so I go to the next thing.
Huh? But Yohei said his brother has always wanted to become a sword master, and even asked Domon to be his sensei.
That's true, yes. Shingo begged Domon to take him on, and eventually, he finally relented. But even after convincing a renowned sensei to give him a chance, he was the same as ever, bumming around in class instead of focusing on his training.
So he has ADHD or something?
In the end, Domon had had enough and kicked him out. But Shingo was resentful about it. He blamed Domon for not seeing his potential, and even declared that he would challenge a disciple of Domon to a duel.
Wait, what? That's not what we heard.
Wait, what did we hear? He didn't mention that part out. He was screwing around in class.
Oh, how interesting. We heard a slightly different version. My brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day as hard as he could and finally proved himself by defeating one of Domon's best disciples in a duel recently.
Interesting how you memorized that word for word. I like how you get a second opinion.
Yohei said that? That Shingo trained hard. That's ridiculous. He just lay there cussing to high heaven all day, every day. Yohei did tell me about Shingo winning the fight, but I took it with a grain of salt. You can ask Kenji at the village entrance more about that.
Anyways.
Hey there, we've come to...
Oh.
Yeah, we heard that Shingo defeated an apprentice of Domon's recently.
Yes, it's true. Wait, so are you here because you heard they're starting their own school and you're looking to sign up?
No.
We're not here to sign up, but we would like to hear more details about the fight.
Oh, you've come to the right person. I actually went to watch it.
I saw how screwed up it was and how much they lied to everybody else.
I thought it was a joke when I first heard that Shingo was going to challenge a disciple of the Meikyo Shisui art. When he drew his sword, well, he became a whole different person. The way he handled his blade, it was like flowing water, mesmerizing to watch. Domon's disciple is no pushover, but he was absolutely no match for Shingo.
Is Shingo really that strong?
Yep, he seemed pretty euphoric after winning the duel, too. He was celebrating very vocally, saying something like, "What a duel. I haven't felt this good in a long time."
Yeah, but let me guess. He's like the Joker mentality. Once he achieves his goals, he looks for another one.
Any other details to share? We've heard that Shingo has been behaving rather out of character.
I'd definitely say that he has more energy than he used to. In the past, he never used to do much except lie around sunbathing all day. But just yesterday, for example, I saw him cutting down trees for the village head. In the space of one afternoon, he did what most people couldn't finish in 3 days. Not only that, but he managed to fell a lavender melon tree with just one kick.
With just a kick. He just roundhouse kicked the tree down. Reminds me of a RuneScape animation.
Quite impressive.
And yes, there is in fact a RuneScape animation where your character literally kicks a tree down.
Things got weird after that, though. The village head brought out some tofu for him, and he just flipped out. He shouted, "What is that stuff? Keep that away from me!" and then ran off.
Why would he be afraid of tofu?
Lady Guji, esteemed exorcists. Finally, I found you. I found my brother. He's at the waterfall. And I've got the salt you asked for, too.
Oh, as
Yeah,
much as I'd prefer to stay and hear some more delicious details.
Really? He actually brought salt with him.
Look.
There he is.
Over there. That's him at the waterfall.
I really wonder how you're joining us now as if you're flying.
So this is Yohei's brother. Whoa. He's meditating while sitting in a waterfall. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. So, every time I go to work at the machine and that machine is running, it does sound like a waterfall next to me, so who cares?
Hey, listen!
Woo! How's that? Can you feel the feeling of manliness?
Oh, that's what it is. He's just resigned himself to toxic masculinity.
Found your own school. Ha! So shallow. How can a manly man aspire to something so lame?
Why would you aspire to toxic masculinity?
Please, spare me. Spare me. I can't feel... I can't take any more. I'm gonna die. Yohei! Save me!
Did you hear that? All the nonsense aside, he's calling for help!
Huh? Who goes there?
So he's got an alter ego?
He stood up!
Alright, he's coming this way.
Don't come any closer. Help!
He came closer.
What do we do? Miko, think of something!
Oh, poor thing. Yohei, your brother's life is hanging in the balance, and he's using his final breaths to call on you for help. Whatever shall we do?
What are you gonna do?
Well, how should I know?
The way it looks to me is that Shingo feels terribly resentful to you about something. Would you mind telling me what that's all about?
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
So, does Yohei actually know something and he doesn't want to say it?
You don't know. But surely you should have more insight than anyone else into how your brother came to be this. Yohei, I suggest you think very carefully before you open your mouth again. This is a life or death situation.
Yeah, the truth will actually get you off the hook, but at what cost?
Your brother is your closest relative. You must have noticed straight away when he started and yet 5 whole days pass before it occurs to you to come and seek help from me. You really expect me not to notice the gaping hole?
But
As you wish. It's fine by me if you don't want to tell the truth, but after Shingo dies, you'll be next. It's futile trying to escape. Anywhere in the world you run to, it will be right behind your back. After all, you did summon it together.
Summon what?
All right, I'll talk. I'll tell you everything. My brother and I used a wishing incantation. We made a wish.
So they also got to it. They also did whatever ritual that was at a price.
Yes, that's it. The one that's all the rage right now. You just have to recite an incantation at midnight and your wish will be granted. Just like the book described, we drew the magic symbol, stepped inside it barefoot at midnight, said the incantation, and lo and behold, spheres of light appeared all around us.
Did you summon a demon?
After my brother wished to become a swordmaster, it really worked. Out of nowhere, he suddenly had these amazing sword skills. But his whole personality changed too.
Why did you wait till now to get some help?
Because I was worried that if he goes back to normal, he'll lose his skills with the sword. If that happens, it'd ruin our plans to start a martial arts school, and we'd be back to being poor. I just wanted to keep this under wraps until we'd managed to get the dojo set up and paid off our debts.
So it was all to pay off the debt, not to actually start at the school?
So then, why'd you go to the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Well, because with the way he's acting now, I was worried that rumors might start spreading that he's gotten involved in the occult arts or something. And then no one would want to sign up as his disciple. So I was thinking that maybe Lady Gucci might have a way to get my brother back to normal, but let him keep his sword skills?
Yeah, well, the only way he would keep his sword skills is he goes back to normal and learn the sword skills on his own. right from scratch. So that it ain't gonna work both ways.
My, look at you with your ingenious schemes.
You wanted something, but you lost something else. You wanted something without a price, and now you paid the price.
Stop deluding yourself. These newfound sword skills are not his. They belong to the spirit that has possessed him.
You're right, you're right. We were wrong to do what we did. We had this coming.
How you finally made it?
All right, then. Your turn now, my little friend. Toss the salt, and then draw your sword.
Really? Begone, evil spirit! Toss the salt.
What is that?
That's the spirit of the swordsman.
It's the spirit!
See that? That's what you summoned. And look, now that Shingo's no use, it's coming straight for you.
So we have to face the spirit now?
Save me! Save me!
Miko! He fainted!
We do nothing, but you, little one. Just a quick fight, and this will all...
Who's this? Ah, a fellow swordmaster. Come on, fight me!
Now I really wonder why a spirit like this would be available.
He's coming!
Alright, fine. Get over here, you.
Emerge, right now.
You're in water. I can easily take you down with electro.
Emerge.
Boba, get them!
Get over here. Yeah.
Life goes on.
Get frozen and...
A sight to behold.
Boom.
Right now. Emerge, right now.
Oops.
Time to clean up.
Get smacked 6 ways from Sunday. Get frozen. Dang it.
Show them. Emerge.
Oh, you hit hard. But I hit even harder.
Wheel of life.
Oop! Got ya.
That was great! Excellent! Whoop! What a rush!
Just like the story.
I haven't felt this great in a long, long time.
So we released the spirit by fighting it.
He disappeared! But he looked pretty content at the end there. Huh. Well, Paimon sure is confused. Do you know what that was all about?
Why did that spirit come out in the first place? Like I understand that incantation was there, but like, why did that spirit? Well, obviously the spirit existed at one point as a person, but why that? Why? What about the incantations?
We can talk about it later. They're about to wake up.
What am I doing here? Yokai? Yokai, is that you?
Shingo, are you alright?
Yokai, I had the weirdest dream. I dreamed that I wasn't a useless loser with a sword anymore. I even beat one of Domon's disciples. I thought we could finally open a dojo of our own now. But then I realized I couldn't control my own body. And there was this voice in my ear talking to me constantly. I was terrified, and I wanted to take control of my body back, but I couldn't. And the voice kept talking about manliness.
Oh god, the toxic masculinity of yesteryear and yester generations are coming back. You're like, oh, that was a horrible nightmare.
Shingo, we shouldn't have made that wish. We summoned a spirit and it possessed you.
Yes, and had we not come to your rescue, your life would have been over before too much longer. Then the spirit would have haunted your brother until he died of fatigue too.
Thank you, Lady Gucci. And thank you for your assistance, exorcism experts.
All right, take him to get some rest. He's very weak right now, having been possessed for quite a few days. He will experience a high fever, but it won't be fatal. Remember, this is the price you pay.
Yeah, What do you expect when you try to get free stats for nothing?
At this point, I would normally lecture you on the dire consequences of using occult methods to obtain power that does not belong to you.
Yes, we understand now. We won't do it ever again.
Thank you, Lady Guji. Thank you. We'll be on our way then.
Now the real question is, how many of people have done this?
Would they really have lost their lives if we hadn't gotten involved?
Also, do I see something high in the bushes? Like from that previous scene?
And if so, why the heck were you so reluctant to help out?
Because you wanted to get the truth out of him first. Because you knew that this problem was related to another problem, where Shingo was used to actually just pay off their debts. And my guess is she's dealt with people like this before where they don't tell the truth. And they're looking to solve a problem without saying much.
They would have been fine. I had to scare them a little, though. Otherwise, I hardly think these two lazy rascals would have learned their lesson.
Or that.
So, what was it that possessed Shingo?
You saw it all for yourselves. I'm sure you can figure out what kind of spirit had possessed him, can't you?
Master of Sword?
Paimon's got it. It was an Oni.
Wait, that was an Oni?
Correct. Although it possessed Shingo, it didn't have any ill intentions. As a matter of fact, it actually seemed like it was trying to train Shingo to become bolder.
Fair enough. But it seemed like it had the opposite effect.
Yeah, overcompensating one's manliness.
Tossing salt caused it to temporarily leave Shingo's body. Then, you exhausted its strength by fighting it, so it disappeared. Even if we'd done nothing at all, Shingo would have eventually become too weak for his body to host the spirit, and it would have left of its own accord.
And then, even if we did nothing, nobody would learn their lesson.
Of course. It would have been more stressful for Shingo and Yohei that way. Still, the experience may ultimately have been more effective than me scaring them into submission with a little exaggeration.
Whew. Well, the main thing is that nobody got hurt.
Right, except for Yohei's pride. And maybe Shingo.
Alright, seems like we've wrapped up everything.
Hold on, Miko. You say everything's wrapped up, but are you sure about that?
How many other people have gone through that ritual? How many other people are buying it? Is it the other people we've talked to before? Are they also getting wrapped up in this?
You mean you disagree?
The book, The First Hand Guide to Summoning Spirit.
Oh, you mean that they got the incantation from that book?
Actually,
are you sure about that?
The reason we came looking for you at the shrine today. Incantations seem really popular right now.
Yeah, because they want it to become stronger, more famous, or more rich, because people hate themselves. Insert John Cena.
Are you sure about that?
Human beings don't have powers like us yokai. It's quite understandable for them to be interested in incantations to summon the supernatural.
Yeah, well, people want power because they hate themselves. Because they don't like the fact that they're poor and it's hard to get out of a situation and build a name for yourselves when you're stuck on first gear. So, it's really hard to go up when you're stuck and down.
That's not the point. The problem is that the incantations in the book are actually capable of summoning spirits and stuff. And loads of people are trying it.
How? Like, these people don't have magic. How does that work? Like, it's one thing to get an instruction manual to actually do something, but does anybody have the skill for it? Or is this just like anybody can summon a spirit? Because if anybody can summon a spirit, do you actually need the book for that?
Even then, humans only have so much strength. Even if they do successfully summon a spirit with the incantation.
But who wrote this book? And why? What do you think, Traveler?
Miko's reaction worries me a bit.
Yeah, Yohei and Shingo may have been fine in the end, but things got pretty scary when Shingo was possessed.
Yeah, because you're easily scared pretty much all the time.
Lady YAE, I finally found you.
Publishing house. Oh, God. I get the feeling we're going to deal with another person who's possessed.
Kuroda, what are you doing here?
I'm here to report on YAE Publishing House's sales for the last month.
Let me see. What? We're losing market share?
Yes. Overall bestseller, readers' favorite, and trending ranking. We're being beaten in all categories. One book is topping the charts. It's called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits.
Okay. Something tells me we might actually have to do something about that.
Both of you, back here now.
Okay.
Miko? What is it? You ever...
It's that book. We all know about that book.
Things just got serious. A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits is an all-round hit, summarily beating the novels of the YAE publishing house by every analysis.
Define serious.
Just what is that supposed to mean? I worked extremely hard to promote our latest featured work, and now a rival book comes out of nowhere and steals our thunder. If this isn't the very definition of intolerable, I don't know what is.
Unearned fame.
I have to come up with a counterplan. And you are going to help me.
Okay.
Huh? How is this our problem all of a sudden?
Well, because it's part of the story quest, and you were also concerned about other people getting screwed over by the incantations, plus you wanted to know about it, and the fact that you wanted to know about it in the first place shows your motivation to know about the problem, and therefore solve the problem.
Paimon, please. Who wrote this book and why? Am I to take it that the safety of the people of Inazuma isn't so important in your eyes after all?
Oh. Like, I'm not paying too much attention to Yamiko when people are getting possessed. Meh. Yamiko when the book sales are being threatened. Yeah, I was just about to say that, and Patrick really got to that already.
Wait! What just happened? Again, you technically have a point, but this feels all wrong!
This feels wrong. Again, Paimon says that. Only when Miko loses some fame to somebody else who's out of nowhere does it become a problem for her.
Nothing's wrong, okay? Come on. We're going to war.
Nothing's wrong, except I just want to declare war with the person who's beating me in book sales.
I'm going to head back and make some preparations. Meet me outside the YAE publishing house.
Oh god, that sentence kind of fitting how the Nation of War is coming soon. What? Nation of War? You'll probably have to explain that later. Natlan is a whole the God of War. Okay. If someone makes a Kratos joke there, that game's set and match.
Alright, Miko, we're here. So what's your plan of action to deal with this rival book?
To explain that this book actually does what it is, and the consequences of following this book are dire and bad.
Why don't you take a guess?
What we just saw earlier.
I'll give you a hint. It's to do with the YAE publishing.
Oh, Paimon knows! Combine the reputation of the YAE publishing house with the status of Guji YAE and tell everyone that the incantations in that book are dangerous!
Yes.
Oh, wow. Your first...
Wow, you got it right. Wrong. Really? So that's not the solution?
Yeah!
Then what is?
A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is the hottest light novel right now. If we did as you suggested, we would effectively be advertising to everyone that the incantations are real.
Yeah, but that creates an even bigger problem at that point. That if nobody... Like, people just see that the incantations are real, but they don't see the consequences of the incantation.
In bending over backwards trying to warn everyone about the dangers, all we would accomplish is to create more curious readers ready to try them out. Also, sales for the book would only increase further.
Because somehow recognizing the problem just makes the problem worse?
Okay, yeah, that would be pretty catastrophic.
Leaving aside the issue of the enormous manpower and resources such an operation would require.
But that means there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, but there is.
Well, I've been thinking. I've read A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. It has many other good qualities besides the incantations alone. The book contains many ancient kaidan, or tales of the supernatural, and is written in a very engaging way. That is why the book has become so popular.
So it's like we can't get rid of the book because there are some There are some positive things, so we can't get rid of it.
I think we're going to have a difficult time trying to rein in its popularity while it's the only work in its league on the market. That's right. How do you get rid of the next big thing? You replace it with the next big thing.
So it's a popularity contest.
So what we're going to do is create Inazuma's newest hit novel.
And what are you gonna do?
Smash our rivals' sales numbers and win our readers back. That is how YAE Miko wages war.
So it's not a political situation, it's a book publishing situation.
Incidentally, this will also be the best way to combat the influence of a first-hand guide to summoning spirits.
Wait, Miko. So you want us to write a novel?
Ah, damn it.
Well, becoming an accomplished novelist certainly isn't an overnight process. But let's not forget that I am the chief editor of the YAE Publishing House. I did say this is what we're going to do. I trust that the word teamwork is in your vocabulary.
Yes, you want us to write, but where are we going to get the material?
Anyway, there is a writer's submission event going on at the moment. Start by talking to readers and finding... I'll be at Uyu Restaurant. Find me there when you're done. I will assemble a team, and we can work while we eat.
So we're not done. We gotta do a popularity contest. What do you want to say?
The key to a successful light novel is having good illustrations.
Maybe. I don't know much about light novels aside from it being a short story.
When to use illustrations, what they should contain, and which artists you should commission for them. These are all key things to bear in mind. Good illustrations can make up for bad writing. But on the flip side, a bad illustration can ruin your novel, even if you have the best story in the world. There's a saying that light novels are essentially a case of buy art, get words free. I'd agree with that. Too bad most of the top artists have jam-packed schedules, so it's extremely difficult to commission them. The illustrations in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits are incredible, but it's unlike any art style I've ever seen before.
So how do you convince some people?
I've been reading light novels for a long time now. I'm mainly into big, ambitious fantasy works with an original core concept and good storytelling. These days, though, everyone seems to be imitating each other. Most of the time, I can guess what the story is about just from the title.
I really feel like the story quest is mostly a critique of just light novels in general.
The only recent book worth mentioning is A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. Not only is it a good story, but the descriptions are really true to life. So much so that I'm almost wondering if maybe the author really has met all those yokai before.
What if they have? I wonder. What do you have to say?
I'll be honest. I read light novels for the cheap thrills.
In
most traditional stories, the protagonist usually has this long and drawn-out character arc, usually involving a process of separation, loss, and ultimately growth and renewed strength. By contrast, there's this popular light novel at the moment called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits, where the protagonist is super strong right from the get-go. That's what I mean by cheap thrills. Action-packed right from page one.
Yeah, but of course it's like it's unrealistic. Someone's really strong right off the bat. You could pretty much use that example to many other examples in anime. It's pretty much a critique of anime. Someone's strong right from page one, and where does it go from there?
The protagonist is a kitsune who has not only mastered the secret art of incantations, but also tea ceremony, painting, and calligraphy.
Like YAE Miko?
There's much more to light novels than Paimon realized. Let's go tell our findings to YAE Miko.
Yeah.
There you are. Let me introduce the team.
So these people are gonna help you make a new novel?
You've already met Junkichi and Shigeru.
Yeah?
Shigeru is an experienced editor, and Junkichi is the author he's partnered with. Junkichi's working through a creative lull at the moment, but all his past works have been very popular with young people. He's developed a distinct and enduringly popular style. Satomi is YAE Publishing House's ace in the hole. Her specialty is that she can write all kinds of completely different stories and all under different pen names. As for what those names are, well, that's a trade secret.
Yeah, because there's some element of privacy within the manga publishing structure. And I feel like we are getting into a manga publishing structure at this point, at this time.
They will be teaming up with us to collectively create the novel that knocks a first-hand guide to summoning spirits off its perch.
Uh-huh. It definitely makes sense.
God, that frickin' off-note Shamimasen plucky string in the background.
Now then, tell me what you found out about readers' preferences.
Some people are in it for the cheap thrills. Some people are... they want... Oh god, I literally forgot. I only remember the last person. There. Also, how...
All very true. An original core concept, a fast pace, quality illustrations, and lots of action. This is the formula that will guarantee good sales numbers. More importantly than that, even though it's a work of fiction, we have to deliver a sense of realism.
I really wonder if the developers of Hoyo said this when they made the game.
Paimon followed pretty much all of that, but there's still one question. For example, we know we need an original core concept, but how do we come up with one?
Before you can answer that question, you have to understand your target audience. Take a first-hand guide to summoning spirits, for example. When I read it, all I find is common knowledge to the kitsune. But to the general public, it's bursting with new and interesting ideas. It all comes down to the size of the information gap between author and reader. As a traveler, there must be a great many things you know that are complete unknowns to the people of Inazuma. What is commonplace to you may be fresh and original to them.
Something you know, but everybody else doesn't.
Oh, right! So maybe we can take inspiration from our time in Mondstadt and Lille.
Okay.
But that would make it a completely different genre than a first-hand guide to summoning spirits.
So, what...
Is that gonna be a problem?
Not at all. You don't have to worry so much about how to compete with that book. All you have to do is provide some interesting ideas based on your travel experiences.
All you have to do is give people a different idea and they'll somehow like it because everybody is stuck in their own echo chambers to want something new.
As long as the core content is interesting, my expert team here will be able to flesh out the details.
Okay. Just pick the idea, they'll figure it out.
Let's start with chapter 1 then. What are you thinking?
Reincarnated in another world, encounters with airborne emergency rations. What?
No one would ever go for that!
Out of a maximum of 10 points, I'd give that a 9.
Why? Not enough?
Is there really flying emergency food in other worlds? How does it taste? And how do you cook it? It's a strong opening. An easy way to grab the reader's attention. Never underestimate the appeal of culinary-oriented subject matter. Food, after all, is a topic that everyone is interested in.
Yes! Concerning the fact that I had Chinese food early in the live stream.
Good job, little one. You're not only drawing on your own experiences, but it seems you're filtering them through the lens of the kinds of light novels you've read in the past. I think you really understand what we're trying to do here.
Try to find something different that nobody else knows.
Thoughts from the experts? Are we able to work with this general framework to make an interest?
Yeah, we think it works. I tend to overcomplicate the core concept if I'm not careful, so this deals with that problem.
That's good.
I'm already making things worse than they are, so I can handle it.
Okay, we're done with chapter 1. Let's move on to chapter 2.
Won't that do for now?
No. Because it's a light novel, of course there are chapters.
Readers will devour your content a lot more quickly than you'd think. If we don't keep delivering the goods now we've caught their attention, all our hard work so far is in vain.
Because people never stop wanting, when they get hooked to something, they're always looking for the sequel, and it's like Harry Potter syndrome. That's why Fantastic Beasts came out, because everybody couldn't get their Harry Potter drugs.
Hurry, chapter 2, let's go. Can't you see that Satomi is waiting?
Oh, God.
Huh? What's wrong with you?
My mind's gone blank.
What a pity. I thought your beginner's luck would carry you a little
Before it came to what? What?
The bane of our existence. Writer's block. It's your arch nemesis for life, appearing without warning and inflicting a pain worse than death upon the writer. They sell their souls just to get their muse back.
Again, the Faustian deal.
Sounds awful!
When this happens, the best thing you can do is have a bite to eat and take a proper break. Boss, get me a plate of fried tofu. Don't worry, this is my treat.
Oh, everybody was like, do we have to pay for it? Like, no, you don't have to pay for it. Okay.
Your treat? Oh, wait a minute. Miko, we'll be getting paid for all the hard work we're doing, right?
Of course. Everyone that takes part in the creative process will be paid.
Exactly. That's why I pay off Patrick.
Alright, cool. Then let's press on, shall we? Don't give up now. For the sake of our paycheck, get your brain going!
God, what the hell is wrong with freaking Paimon there? No, Yato, no. Paycheck, Speaking of Mora.
Ooh! Does this mean your inspirations come back?
Rock and roll girl. I turned into a geosphat hatchling. I took a trip to Leeway. Your guide turned out to be Rex Lapis. Huh, is our guide actually Rex Lapis?
Let's see now. The protagonist arrives in Liyue and befriends a young man who doesn't have the money to pay for anything.
Oh, God.
Only later do we find out that this young man is none other than Rex Lapis himself.
Oh, God.
With the help of the Qixing and the protection of the Adepti, I am free to roam this vast realm. Is this the kind of cheap thrill that guy was talking about?
Maybe, but it does connect to what he wants.
I give it a 9.8. The story is fun and action-packed with no dark undertones. Also, there are a great many legends about Rex Lapis. I'm sure it will spark the people's curiosity. I, for one, think there's a sizable market for this. Approved.
Okay.
Alright, well, let's just hope Zhongli doesn't mind.
Great. Well, now Satomi can get started on that.
Great, now we have to make more creative work.
Leave it to me, Lady YAE.
Okay. Now...
Let's write about Inazuma in the 3rd chapter, shall we? I can help with this one. We can use the Vision Hunt Decree or your experience in the Resistance. Any ideas?
For a literature hunt decree, don't lose identity to that random woman. Maybe. Does that random woman know about the Zhongli is not having any money? Well, first of all, nobody knows Zhongli is Rex Lapis. And nobody... Well, I'm just looking at this as like a complicated X equals B equals C. Nobody knows Rex Lapis is Zhongli. Nobody knows Zhongli is actually cheap. So nobody knows that Rex Lapis is cheap. So nobody... A lot of people don't know the details between that. It's a complicated process. Get rid of this Vision Hunt Decree. Stop this. Come on, farewell. Literature Hunt Decree, starting as a resistance soldier. Stuff this. Come on, let's get rid of this Vision Hunt Decree.
Clearly very closely based on your own personal experience, with no major changes at all. That's fine. Since it's something that took place in Inazuma, it might actually be more interesting to readers if it's grounded in the truth. One thing, though. We'll need to rewrite the part about me giving you the Omamori. Let's change it to... The mysterious Lady Kitsune teaches the protagonist a spell that can make their wishes come true.
You said it more interesting to the readers if it's grounded in the truth, but you want to change the story.
Whoa. So we're really going head-to-head with our...
I suppose so. Once they're done writing the manuscript, I'll write the passage where the protagonist recites the incantation myself.
Okay.
Are we done then? Do you really think this will be able to beat a...
The content is fine. Now we just need to promote it. I will contact an artist to make some illustrations. I'm positive they will be at least as good as those in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. She runs a regular Q&A column in That's Life magazine. The people of Inazuma absolutely adore her. You're free to take a break while the creative team is doing their work, but please go by the YAE publishing house at some point to commission Ms. Hina for that recommendation.
Fine. I gotta promote stuff. Yeah. Tell Korea about the situation.
Miss Hina doesn't usually do endorsements. With Miss Hina getting so popular lately, a lot of people have come to us hoping to do a collaboration.
What?
But Miss Hina's not interested in any of it. She still prefers to focus all her efforts on replying to readers' letters, and turns down every promotional opportunity. Maybe that's why her fans like her so much. I'm getting off topic here. Anyway, if we can get that endorsement from Miss Hina, you'll definitely get an exposure boost at the beginning.
Fine.
May your light novel sell well and set a new record for the YAE publishing house.
We'll do our best.
Oh god, I gotta promote stuff. We're gonna Goldsmith manuscript. Miss Hina is a playable character we've met before, by the way. Who? I can barely remember. Kanoshino. Yeah, Miko brings the completed light novel.
Are you sure you'd like to submit this entry? Let me see. The Miraculous Adventures of the Traveler by Thousand Hands.
What?
What a strange pen name. Definitely your doing. Having been around you so much recently, Paimon's slowly starting to understand.
What do you mean, strange? It took a lot of work by a lot of different people to get this thing finished. Don't you think it's a very descriptive pen name?
I'll send you a picture of what she looks like on Discord.
We'll
Okay.
get this printed as a matter of priority and conduct trial sales in pilot locations throughout Inazuma.
Uh-oh. Paimon's getting a little nervous now. Do you really think this is gonna work?
We all had a top-notch team. Look at my message right
That's
now.
right. Be confident in your work. That's exactly how a light novelist should be.
Oh god, she definitely looks like a Kitsune character. I see what you mean, Patrick, and she looks like Kirara, but very differently, with a heavy kimono outfit.
Okay, then I'll sign you up. Please come back in 3 days. Thank you all for your submission. I wish you the very best of luck.
God, you're like Catherine. You're like Catherine.
You've all found good news,
Yes.
everyone. I just received word that your light novel is flying off the shelves. Multiple sales locations are asking when we'll be printing more copies.
Because we are...
Oh, that's good.
This level of success is an amazing accomplishment for a new work. Most new books don't sell 30% of what you've sold. I have free copies for each of you here. Please take them. The payment will follow shortly, and I'll notify you to come.
Fine.
Yeah, the whole reason why we made this light novel was to come... We sold a lot of copies, but it doesn't feel like we accomplished our goal. How do we know whether it worked?
When the other person responds.
Oh, don't worry. The change is already underway.
Oh, dear God.
Shh. Listen to what the people around us are talking about. The conversation has already moved on, hasn't it?
Yes.
Hey guys, have you heard about this latest Kaidan thing doing the rounds? You just need to recite the incantation from A First-Hand Guide to Summon...
Oh, that? That's a throwback. That's old news, man. No one's talking about that anymore. The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune is the new hit thing. I've already memorized all the incantations.
Just give him something else to be fans about.
The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune?
You haven't read it yet? Okay, so supposedly, if you recite the spell in there on a moonless night, you'll receive protection of the Kitsune and all the other powerful yokai. They can make any of your wishes come true. I heard that the incantations in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits have weird side effects. This one guy wished for a load of mora and got it, but then one night it all turned to leaves and he developed a high fever. They actually had to use one of the secret spells of Lady Kitsune to get rid of the discomfort. That proves that the incantations in this book are more potent than the ones everyone was trying before. Pretty much everyone I know is desperate to try it out. Just
really? Well, I better go and prepare too.
Well, feeling less worried now?
Wow, you're right. Everyone's shifting focus. But what's this moonless night that they're talking about? Paimon doesn't remember that detail from the brains.
This is something that will become very important to us further down the line. All right, it's time to move on to the next phase of the plan.
There's a phase 2?
Yes, there is. Just like there's a chapter 2 or anything else.
Of course. Behind every book that hits the market lies an author, right?
So everybody's gonna ask who did that?
Oh, yeah. If we leave him to his own devices, he might just write another guide to summoning spirits. Also, we still need to figure out what his motive for writing it was.
Exactly. That's what we need to take care of next. Fortunately, I've already managed to identify the author. He's a failed light novelist named Tomoyuki. But when we went to ask him about it, he had no recollection whatsoever of having written the book.
Something tells me he must also be under the influence of the spirit that possessed him, which is why the spirit wrote that novel in that person's stead without any memory given.
Yes, this is another case of possession.
Yep!
Only this time, whoever possessed him actively sought him out. After his novel submission failed, he was walking aimlessly in Araumi. In frustration, he shouted out, "Please, someone, anyone, help me write a truly amazing novel."
But the spirit that wrote the book has already left him now, right? So what are we supposed to do?
Summon the spirit to a different person and ask the spirit themselves?
Simple. It wrote a summoning incantation in the book, didn't it? So we can just use its own method to make it manifest itself.
Called it.
And you, my little friend, are the perfect candidate for this role.
Okay.
Oh, what are you talking about? The fun's just about to begin.
Says the person who's like nothing lasts forever. Okay. I see how it is. What do you have to say for yourself? What do you have to say?
Miko, what is this place?
Domain. We have to explore. Wind being sucked in there.
The ideal spot for a little meet and greet with a certain elusive author.
Really? But it feels so eerie here.
Yes. Maybe that's the whole point.
That seems rather fitting, considering that we are dealing with the spirits of the deceased here. What are you so afraid of, honestly? We're finally about to meet the true author of a first-hand guide to summoning spirits. Aren't you excited?
No, because at some point I knew I was going to somehow track them down and ask them where they write novels in the first place, regardless whether or not it was intended to outperform YAE MIKO'S fame.
Paimon's heart is pounding, but Paimon's pretty sure it's not because of excitement.
Is it fear?
Hey, wait up! Ooh,
She didn't wait up.
Scared.
You're always scared!
Okay? Don't leave Paimon all alone!
Paimon is like Scooby-Doo in every single mystery situation. It's just a thing. It's like, oh, I don't know. Enter the summoning chamber. Okay. Yeah. I need Electro. Definitely need Electro. Should I switch up jungling for Electro? Traveler, yeah.
Just what will we come across this time?
No idea. Ooh. There we go. Start. You should switch out YAE Miko. Why? Why? Oh, wait, she's already a trial character.
Painting. Miko, do you know what it's supposed to show?
Probably a scene from ancient
It's a good piece of artwork and all. Looks like the artist signed their name.
Let's go inside and take a look.
Okay, now I use her. That way you would have had 5 characters, but oh well. It's fine. But then again, does this YAE Miko trial hit harder than my normal one?
Right now, right here. Emerge.
There we go. She does hit harder.
Orders given. Orders received. Bellowing thunder!
Okay. I see how it is.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Right now. Right here.
Yeah, she does definitely hit harder as a trial character. The trial one is 100% stronger. Get over here. All of you. Are you stuck in the wall? Oh, I thought you were stuck in the wall. Come here. Is there anything behind here? No. Or was it this where I was? Yeah, this is where I was.
Wow, this place is huge! Hey, is that a mirror? There's a really weird-looking stool as well.
It is a mirror.
It's for.
Ah, I see. Huh. This setup is quite handy. Saves me a lot of work. Alright,
why is it handy?
Take a look around. There should be a mechanism somewhere that makes the whole room move.
What? Also, I could barely see anything.
Always watching.
I'm always killing everybody. I'm always making it worse. Ooh. Lamp has been activated. Oh god, what the hell? Anything here? No, but there's something here.
Thunderclap!
Every single one of you, skedaddle.
Life goes on. Leave it all to me.
There we go.
Come on out, right now. Emerge.
Where'd you go? I can't tell where you went. Did I kill him? Oh yeah, I killed him. Cover lamps, reset, activated. Okay. Activate lamp. Oh, there we go. This is how it should be.
Right here. Emerge. Right here.
No.
As a good knight should. Go. Show them. Right now. Nothing lasts forever.
There it is. Oop! I see how it is.
Opening box of Adepti tricks.
Okay. Pulling out the fancy stuff up your sleeve. 3, 2, 1. Done. Alright, where's it at? Do I need to go up there? No. But... Sliding doors, left and right. Yep, there you are.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge. I'm always watching.
Okay. I'm sure everybody's gonna take that as wording. There you go. Where'd the other guys go? Did I kill them all fast? Smack. Where's it at?
Whoa. It's that painting we just saw. It's turning this way along with the whole wall.
Yes! It is! Obvious, Steven, is obvious.
It's getting eerier and scarier.
Okay. Next, I will show you a secret kitsune spell. This painting is a swift summoning medium, which means I'll be able to skip many of the more tedious steps. The murky mirror reflects the view of Inazuma in a bygone age. Spirits stirred by the sight of the past will be easily drawn to it. You're up next, little one. Come on, sit yourself down here.
Surely you're not playing
yes. The whole point of a summoning ritual is for a dead person's spirit to possess a living person's body.
So we have to take the...
You saw what happened to that Oni samurai spirit. After leaving the host's body...
Are we positive that summoning a spirit to possess the traveler isn't gonna have any lasting negative
Oh, you really care about the little one quite a lot, don't you? I'm a little jealous. I wish my friends were caring like that.
About we tested out on Paimon.
Anyway, are you scared, little friend?
No.
Don't you worry. Sit on the chair, stare at the painting, and relax your body and mind. But try and be natural. There's really no need to be nervous.
What are we gonna see? What's gonna happen?
It's like she's sitting inside the painting. Huh? Is Paimon seeing things? Did the painting just move?
What? Okay, now the painting's moving.
Recite the incantation in your heart, little one. Oh, now, what kind of wish do we think it would take to summon forth the...
Probably something to do with writing?
Very good. The wish needs to be heartfelt, though, so let me help add a little realism to the equation. The book is selling exceptionally well, Traveler, but we're going to need an outline for Chapter 4 as soon as humanly possible. When is the earliest that you can turn it in by?
The painting is moving again!
Is this a spirit?
I never thought the day would come when I'd be summoned using my own ritual. Getting a taste of my own medicine.
Interesting how the female traveler has a male voice.
What have we here? Another budding writer? What's come over you all? Why is everyone wishing for help with their writing? Are novels so popular in this day and age?
We got you! So you were the one who wrote a first-hand guide to summoning spirits. What are you trying to do, Why'd you put that summoning incantation in the book, huh? What's your game?
Huh? What's this? Oh, I see. No wonder this felt so familiar. I've walked right into your trap, haven't I? You ask me what my game is here? Well, of course. It was to use this incantation as a means for all the souls of the departed yokai to make their glorious return to the world and plunge all of Inazuma into a brutal, bloody war.
The first part I can understand, the war part I don't understand.
What? Paimon knew it!
Oh, did you now? Then how naive of you to let me possess this body so I sense... Yes, great power within her. Good. Good! With this power, no one shall be able to stand in my way.
Wake up! Quick! Wake up!
It is futile. You shall never wake her again.
Hey! Come on, wake up! Miko, think of some... You're laughing?
Yes. God. Frickin' Paimon is like an annoying wife that gives you a hard time. He's got that voice of an annoying wife.
Oh, Rakusai, you haven't changed a bit. You caught on so quickly. Too perfect.
Well, you made
Pranked.
the face enough times that I couldn't exactly miss the hint. This is what you were going for, yes? Never one to stand on the sidelines of a good spectacle, are you? Always got to dive in and fan the flames, huh? You mischievous little kitsune, you. Look what you've done to this little flying one here. Oh, poor thing scared witless.
Yes, pretty much.
You were having plenty of fun playing the bad guy a moment ago. Now you're trying to blame it all on me?
Rakusai? Miko, you guys know each other?
Considering how old YAE Miko is, it's possible she probably knew the person.
Yes, we do. Of course we do.
Allow me to formally introduce the author of A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. No, wait. To be more accurate, it's Urakusai's memory.
Memory? But isn't he a spirit?
Ah, spirits, memories. They're just different words to describe the same thing.
Do you remember that recent incident when the Rift Hounds were gnawing at the sacred Sakura's roots?
So, does he know something about that as well?
You witnessed human memories leaking from the ley lines, didn't you? Well, since there are human memories, of course there are going to be yokai memories too.
Yokai memories?
In life, yokai possess supernatural powers, and even when they are a shadow of their former selves from a bygone era, they still have the ability to control whether they are visible or not. Typically, yokai memories survive longer in the world than those of humans.
Indeed, indeed. I was wandering around the sacred Sakura's roots when I suddenly heard someone yelling, "Please, someone, anyone, help me write a truly amazing novel."
technically what my response was to finish chapter 4, but sure, why not?
Piqued my curiosity, so I popped inside his body and wrote a novel for him.
His or her?
So that's how it happened. But why did you include a summoning incantation in the novel?
You want to be remembered?
Oh, little one. Not to toot my own horn here, but when I was alive, I wasn't just another kitsune, no. I was a mighty and powerful Daiyoko. The memories of other yokai can't possess human bodies at will like I can. But with this incantation, they can go one last little joyride in the world for a couple of days. Anything they're still itching to do, they can go and get it done.
Yeah, but why?
But...
She's trying to say that all the commotion this causes is likely to be a great disturbance to the human.
Disturbance? I guess you mean that we might leave them with some broken dreams after we leave, hmm? Oh, yes. And they might have a fever or whatever.
Interesting that he mentioned it.
But you know, I actually think that the most admirable thing about human beings is the way that they go out and shape their fate with their own two hands, given that they're not born blessed with the same powers that we enjoy. As for those who would rather draw on external power than seek to improve themselves, it's quite right that they learn their lesson eventually.
Pretty much.
So when you think about it, we're actually doing the humans a big favor. Miko, you agree, don't you?
Are we actually doing them a favor? Because people like this look for the novel because they want to solve some problem, usually at a cost, but it comes with such a cost that it discourages them from even pursuing that thing in the first place. So, to me, it's almost like the delusions from the Sengonomiya Rebellion with the cost, but in a different way. You're stat swapping people by possessing them to have the skills to solve their said problems. You're not actually solving their problems because you're overrunning their spirits and everything, and not giving them the intrinsic motivation to actually pursue the things they want to do to solve their own problems.
Yes, that's what I thought too.
You're not solving the problem by solving the problem for them if they can't learn on their own.
Alright then. You finally convinced Paimon. You guys were right.
For what?
What are you scared of, little one? Don't be deceived by her day-to-day antics. Miko is actually one of the most powerful yokai out there.
Not only that, Irakusai, but my latest work has beaten that book you wrote, A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits, to become the most popular in Inazuma.
Of course. You were never one to make extra work for yourself where you can help it. And yet you went to all these lengths to find my painting room, and even took the trouble to summon me. I knew you must have some ulterior motive.
He knows.
You were always the one to pick a quarrel with me when we all used to gather around and share stories. All right. You win, I lose. Happy now?
I finally get to hear you say it, centuries.
So it was an old quarrel.
I remember when you were just a little girl, always hanging off my shoulders. A few hundred years later, and you're all grown up.
Oh, Irakusai, how much time do you have left?
Not much. That goes for all of us, actually. We've all got to go back where we came from in the end.
What is up with the audio? I don't know if it's
Everyone's quite content in many ways, but they still can't help but ask, are we ever going to have another Hyakyako?
Hyakyako? What? I gotta look that term up. You wanna look that term up, Patrick? So it's sort of like a yokai gathering, a term to describe yokai gathering.
Don't you worry about that, Irakusai. When my bell rings, it means the moonless night is upon us.
Great. Wonderful. Fantastic. Miko, it's been nice catching up, but I'd better conserve my energy if I want to stick it out until then. So, I'll be on my way now.
All right. Goodbye then, Irakusai.
One last thing, Miko. I just want to know, have you been well all these years?
I've been great, of course. Every day is a happy one, especially these days. Not only do I have my light novels, but I've also met these two delightfully nosy outlanders. And even A is finally starting to come to her senses. Quite a miracle, given how pig-headed she can be.
Oh, well, great. That's fantastic.
Urakusai, you'd be right at home in this era. A great storyteller and artist like yourself would be the YAE Publishing House's ace in the hole. And I would personally be hounding you over your next installment.
So they just wanted to have a little talk. That was it. It was never about convincing a spirit to give up.
He disappeared. Are you awake? How are you feeling?
Are you all there? Here, like last time, repeat after me.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, you beat me to it. Looks like your brain is intact. So, your first possession, What was it like?
Remember everything pretty clear, just couldn't get into the conversation myself.
Good. Saves me from having to explain everything again. Hearing Urakusai admit defeat has put me in the most wonderful mood. In return, it's only fair that we make sure to deliver on what they're all hoping for.
They want to do the Hyakiyaku.
Yes, though they only represent a tiny proportion of the memories in the ley lines, it will still be quite a sight to behold when the time comes. Since you've come this far, why don't you do one last thing for me,
You cannot be serious, Miko! After all that, you still have more errands for us?
Yes, it's almost never over with her until the very end.
You guys teamed up to scare Paimon just now. If you think Paimon's gonna do anything you ask for, think again!
Okay, I thought. Now what?
Aw, come on. I'm really only asking you to finish what you started.
Paimon's paycheck?
Yes.
Well, there's no way out now.
Yes! You got started, you're gonna finish it up. I have to go to work in about a half an hour from now. I gotta hurry up. Now what?
Well, hello there, my little helpers. So
As if we had a choice. We just want our paychecks.
Sure, why not?
So, Miko, what exactly do we have to do to make this Hyakiyaku happen? Also, to be clear, we actually have no idea what it even means.
I do! It's basically a gathering of yokai. Give me my money, says Paimon.
It might sound ominous, but to put it simply, the Hyakiyaku is just a gathering of the yokai.
Yes.
Back in the day at yokai gatherings, once everyone had had plenty to drink, one by one they'd start soaring into the sky with their yokai powers. There were so many of them that their silhouettes would block out the moon. But now, the yokai memories that leak from the ley lines are weak. They are no longer able to fly. So I will be performing a convocation ritual for them, gathering all the wandering memories together in one place.
So it's a way to ease the spirits at ease from long ago, similar to what we did in the previous Raiden Shogun story quest?
When the time comes, they will gather in the sky above the Grand Narukami Shrine. Once their energy is spent, they will be satisfied and return to where they belong. All the preparations for the ritual have actually been made well in advance.
Oh, yeah! Something about reciting the secret spells of Lady Kitsune on a moonless night.
I'm just thinking about everything.
That's the one. Actually, it's not a wish-granting incantation at all. It's a spell to help calm the ley line memories.
By easing the memories of the people who died.
When that time comes,
yokai.
let's all pitch in and help send them on their way.
Fine.
I will start the ritual preparations shortly, and at that time, I need you to do two things. First, tell the Shrine Maidens to leave the mountain. During the Hyakiyaku, a whole swarm of yokai memories will be hanging around in the air above the Grand Narukami Shrine. Having the Shrine Maidens leave avoids the bothersome issue of someone potentially getting possessed. After that, I will commence the ritual, and the memories will begin to congregate. This will take some time. I need you at the foot of Mount Yogo during this part to keep an eye on nearby monster activity.
What?
The memories are normally dispersed and don't pose a threat. But when their energy is concentrated, it is likely to disturb the monster. They may see this as an opportunity to try and make it up the mountain.
Alright, got it.
Well, if at that point you felt like coming to the shrine and getting a close-up view of the yokai, I wouldn't say no.
Okay, let's get...
Oh, great. Tell everybody to get the hell out of here, because stuff's about to happen.
Descend the mountain? Are those Lady...
Yep, Miko said the ritual she's gonna...
I see. I'll evacuate everyone right away.
We'll be taking care of a couple other things for her. And once we're done with that, we're gonna come back and do the ritual together.
It seems like Lady Guji places great trust. Lady Guji's never allowed anyone else to be in her presence when she's conducted rituals. Thank you for helping with the ritual.
Don't worry, we're much stronger than we look.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, I wonder why anybody doesn't ever try to get that on camera, if they ever record a situation like that. Get it on camera,
Miko's
so nobody...
about to start the ritual. Come on, let's go deal with the monsters down the mountain.
Fine! As night falls, the monsters slowly congregate in the area. I gotta fight stuff.
These monsters look really riled up.
Yes, they do.
Let's get rid of them as fast as we... Alright, here they come!
Feeling slightly depressed, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Do stuff. Handle stuff. Yeah, well, as Patrick said, the Ronin are monsters.
The ritual is. Let's head back to the Grand Narukami Shrine and take a look.
Do we actually get to see all the yokai? Where is it at? Yep. I got stuck on the wall. Now what? Oh, that's what. Oh, that's what.
Wow, so many. They're everywhere. Huh?
Yes, the memories of the yokai. They haven't been able to relax and soar through the air like this for a long time. Come with me. You all right, little one? You look a little nervous.
It's just, Hyman's never seen anything like this before. They've really blocked out the moon.
Yep.
It does look a little intimidating, doesn't it? But I know them. They may be loud and brash at times, but they are good and brave souls. Even after losing their lives in a brutal war, they have never given in to grief or despair. Alas, their time is short. It's a feast, and all feasts come to an end. Since you're sorry to see them leave, why don't you do the recital along with me? O Hakushin, cause of this enchantment, in reverence I perform this rite.
In reverence I perform this rite.
To be a guiding light.
Meanwhile, Traveler still doesn't say anything. You expect the Traveler to say anything?
The book says, recite the secret spells of Lady Kitsune tonight, and our wishes will come true.
O Hakushin, cause of this enchantment.
I perform this rite to be a guiding light. Your unrivaled power will be honored eternally.
Hakusai. You asked if I was doing well. Really, every day is a happy day for me. But watching you all leave now...
Is making her
I
sad?
can't help but feel a little lonely.
Because she knew them all.
Just a little, of course. Just as I thought. The ritual went very smoothly. Oh, I'm great.
You're just sad to see them leave, because you're a little bit lonely after all that.
But the look on your face just now...
I'm fine, seriously. Really? No. Honestly, you two.
Miko!
Fine. Well, if you're dead set on doing something for me, you can treat me to a meal.
Sure,
okay.
No problem. A meal it is.
Fine.
Okay. Well, see you soon then.
What a tsundere, says Patrick. That was an interesting cutscene, where it all builds up to easing the suffering or the restlessness of the ley line memories.
Oh, wait is unbearable. How is the next chapter of the miraculous adventures of the Traveler not released yet?
You know what? I feel that every single day, every time Patrick has to remind me to do a story quest, pretty much. So, the next chapter will be when I have to do Sumeru next week, Monday.
It was quite a surprise when the moonless night finally came.
Yeah, that huge black cloud over Mount Yogo that night. It just seemed to form out of nowhere.
Yes.
But then nothing happened after I made a wish using the method in that book.
Yeah. I guess light novels are just fiction after all, huh?
Now you finally get it.
That night was definitely the nail in the coffin for the incantations from novels fad. Still, something tells me the miraculous adventures of the Traveler will remain an interesting series for a long time to come.
Yeah, well, novels should be fictional, and if they start to blur into reality, then the incantation thing in Summoning Spirits is basically what we get. Be thankful some things are fake!
Huh? Paimon can't see Miko anywhere.
Uh-huh.
Guess she's not out here.
Oh, I am surprised that she hasn't showed up when we expected. Or maybe she's here? She's not there? Or she
Ah,
is?
my little friends. There you are.
Yes, so you didn't meet us outside then?
Miko, what is this? You started eating without us?
Yes.
I did, yes. You're paying, after all.
Oh, that's so much for the
The
paycheck.
thought of being able to eat the most expensive dishes and drink the boss, see these two faces here? Remember them. They're the ones picking up the bill later.
Alrighty.
What's
damn
gotten
it.
into you? Come on, sit yourselves down.
Just like Zhongli, you're gonna ask us to foot the bill.
You have to try this fish. It's found exclusively in the waters around Seirai Island. They shipped it to Inazuma overnight, and it was still alive right up until I ordered it. Or maybe you'd rather try this? I know. I normally can't bring myself to drink sake this expensive either.
Why?
If you don't drink alcohol, that's fine too.
Miko, you are outrageous.
Let me guess. She's right, but it doesn't feel right.
Last time we were here working on the novel, all you ordered for us was the plainest kushikatsu.
Strange. I remember no such thing.
Fried tofu, kushikatsu, and fried tofu.
Oh, so what? You did offer to treat me to a meal, didn't you? Anyway, I am something of a VIP, you know. Wouldn't you find it embarrassing to treat me anything short of lavishly?
Yeah, well, if you maybe you should have said that first before he offered, so that way I wouldn't have to buy the cart before the horse type scenario.
Miko, this meal is going to be super...
Oh, don't you worry about that. You can most definitely afford...
What? Oh, darn it! She tricked us into this! Miko was after our Mora from the very beginning!
Yeah, well, what do you expect?
Oh, by the way, since nobody's wishes came true on the moonless night, novels with incantations are no longer in vogue.
So you made a novel to defeat another novel by disproving the idea of that.
So you'll have to come up with something new for the next chapter of The Miraculous Adventures of the Traveler.
God. Which just reminds me of Sumeru next week.
The deadline is looming. I'm counting on you.
The great Nonokami offering. Quest complete! Alright, I gotta run. I gotta get ready for work. I'll see you all later. Thank you all for joining, and I'll see you all on Monday. Bye!